I would like to start with everyone
Yep.
rolling initiative.
There it
Wait,
is.
what?
Why are we in initiative?
You
The not
you
so
don't roll
slender man.
initiative. Talia doesn't roll initiative, but everyone else does.
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic.
You know, I could just keep you muted.
Shall we all yell it out at once? I like to do that.
Yo, quick question. Do
You know
I
what?
add
Sure.
dexterity to initiative?
Yes. Well, I mean, your initiative is your dexterity.
It's already added in.
So once you get your initiative, just shout it out.
9.
17.
Volgear is kind of a heavy
12.
sleeper.
12.
Wow.
I'm like the best.
I mean, to be fair, weren't you on watch?
Oh, I was taking a nap. The last session, I had to leave early. So I said Joshua takes a nap. After packing his stuff up.
Okay.
Okay.
Bot warning. Holgear. It is a warm morning. You are wrapped in your sheets and comforter. The sun is shining through the open window. The sun is just barely starting to rise, and already you are getting an immense sense of different smells and sights and touch. You feel warm. You feel content. You feel like you've had the best night's sleep that you've had for a long time. You can kind of stretch in your bed, and you hear your other siblings running down the hallway. And your mother leans into your doorway and says, "Hey, you getting up, sleepyhead? Come on downstairs when you're ready." Just kind of slaps the doorway and leans back out into the hallway. What do you do?
How aware am I in this moment of the reality of the situation?
It feels like the most real thing you've ever felt. It feels like everything else has just been a dream, a horrible dream, and you're waking up from it.
Oh, no.
Sick. How old am I in this moment?
Same age.
Okay. I check the messages, see if I got any pigeons over the night.
I think you've gotten maybe a couple messages from maybe a neighborhood pen pal that you've gained over the few months that you've moved here. I'm talking about how excited they are for the upcoming events planned in the city.
I think I'd pin up some reasonable and friendly, maybe not too friendly, responses to the well-wishers and invitees.
Okay. Wafting through the doorway, you can smell the wonderful smell of cooking oil and different confectionaries and lots of good breakfast morning smells. And you hear laughter and commotion and talking downstairs.
I think I'm going to do some quick stretches, put on some day clothes, and head down to breakfast.
Okay. You see your family gathered around the table with plates spread out in fairly orderly manner, not necessarily in people's places. Just it's a very different feeling because normally everything is perfect, and that's the way you've been raised your entire life, and now you're in this space where it's just sort of, I don't know, open, freeing. And you see your brothers and your sister sitting at the table, filling their face with different sausages and it seems like flapjacks. And there's all these sorts of syrups and jams spread out along the table with multiple different spoons just kind of placed all over. It's kind of a mess, but it's a fun one. And you hear your mother laughing in the kitchen around the corner, and one of your brothers looks up at you and says, "Can you believe it? Dad made pancakes. He's never cooked a day in his life." And from the kitchen you hear your father's voice call, "I heard that." Then you hear more laughing from your mother and father.
Can I roll an insight? Because I feel like even in his subconscious, this ain't it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have disadvantage on that. So that's a 3 and 17. So I'm having a good time. Something's not quite right, but
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
It seems very different than what you're used to, and you're probably reasonably curious, maybe even concerned.
Is Annie around?
She is. She is bringing out plates of different foods. She looks like she's a bit haggled. Some of her clothing is a little loose. There is a lot of food stains on her. There's like a bit of maybe batter in her hair, but she's smiling the biggest that you've ever seen. She kind of looks up at you like, "Can you give me a hand here?"
Holgier will intercept and take some of the plates from her and just be like, "Get yourself a glass of water, Annie."
She doesn't say anything but smiles and nods and turns back into the kitchen. You hear your father's voice call, "Get 'em while they're hot."
I think Holger is going to enjoy the breakfast while he can.
Okay. Yeah, you sit down, and eventually your mother and father come out of the kitchen and join you all. And there's a lot of very comfortable and friendly conversation back and forth. Your father talks about how he's never attempted cooking before, but really likes it, and how Annie's very flustered and upset about it, but is trying her best to appease him in his endeavor to excitedly be trying stuff. Once most of the eating ends, there is sort of a tension, a sort of hush that falls. And with the natural aura that your father presents, all attention is drawn on him. And he staples his fingers, and he looks everyone in the eye and says, "How would you like to do this every morning?" And everyone kind of looks around, and some even look to you.
I'd love to. Though I think next time I want to make the flapjacks.
Very well. Your mother gets up and stands behind him, resting her hands on his shoulders. Very much the picture of in love. She kind of leans her head against his, and he says, I can see that I have not been the best father lately, and I've always put family business before family. And I want you to know that I did it out of love, but short-sightedness, thinking that the best thing I could do for all of you was keep myself busy, but I made myself too busy. And I made myself so busy that I have not only cut myself out of all of your lives, but sometimes hindered them in the worst way possible. So, that is why I am announcing my retirement, and he turns and looks at you, the eldest. The family business is being left in good hands. And he smiles this big smile that splays out his mustache. And you can see that there's a bit of different cooking materials kind of splattered against his face that he's tried to wipe away, but is encrusted into his mustache. And it's these little details that let you know that this isn't a dream.
This is an odd question, but am I in an alternate reality right now?
How would you know that?
I have no idea. It's just... You're saying it's not a dream, but this ain't my family. I'm also not the oldest.
Were you not?
No, my sister's the oldest, but she has a captaincy in the military, so she probably
Oh,
would
that's
be
right.
super interested in running the family business.
I meant like you were the oldest son, and that you were
Gotcha.
going to be in charge of the business. Like, that's what you were being raised for. Again, it wasn't that, like, because she was a woman she couldn't do it. It was literally just because
I mean,
she was doing
is
something else.
very active in the military.
Right. She did more of the, like, diplomatic stuff, and you were more of, like, the business aspect, sort of.
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, you all look to each other with all the same sort of, you know, interaction. Like, is this real?
I cannot promise that I won't come looking for help on occasion, but I will promise that I will do my best. I will make you proud.
He leans over, and I think you're sitting close enough that he, like, places a hand on you and says, "You have already made me proud by simply being my son. But I do know that you will perform great things."
Thank you.
He kind of holds you and looks you in the eye for just a second longer to be like, "I'm not just saying it." And there's a twinge of kind of regret there, and he leans back sorrowfully a little bit. Well, I suppose we should all get dressed. There are many things to perform for the day, none of which we have an itinerary for.
Today seems full of possibility.
As is every day. But it's up to us to actually be able to take it. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Holger?
No, but I think near the end of this lovely dream, it's just idle talk, and then he'll help Annie clean up the table.
Okay. And then you continue on with your different aspects. We are now going to cut over to Joshua. Joshua, you lift your head. This is the wrong music.
It feels kind of jazzy, if I'm gonna be honest.
Do you like it? I mean,
Yeah, I like it.
alright. I mean, we can keep it. I meant to do something else, but if you like it, we can do this.
Hey man, I feel like this music is gonna be needed because I feel like some dark shit is about to go down.
Okay.
I can't believe this is Joshua's gun-making music.
Joshua, you lift your head from your crossed arms as a hand gently shakes your shoulders. You realize that you have fallen asleep at one of your crafting tables at Malachi's workshop. You can see that he's standing over you. He kind of gives you a wry smile. Did you sleep here last night?
Joshua waves him off and says, "Of course I did. I'm a professional after all."
Well, as long as you don't get caught, I suppose. But, that might not be necessary for you to be sneaking around for much longer. I've put in the application process to actually legitimately hire you as my... I think the term is apprentice?
I believe that is correct.
I also have other good news. And he holds up a letter.
I take the letter and open it.
Okay. Inside is a return form signifying in triplicate an application process, granting you admission to the Harvest Carnival. And he smiles. You're going to have an official float. It's all drawn up. It's entered. It's legitimate. It's legal. It's
It's
you believe it?
revolutionary. And yes, I have the proof right here.
I understand the red tape is a bit of a turn off sometimes, but man, is it such an accomplishment when it actually works out. Don't you think?
Very true, old friend. Now, do you have a breakfast joint in this house or what?
We'll have to go outside for that. And
I
he
guess all the
takes you by the
artificial
arm
cliches
and
are
gestures
true.
openly, like, follow me.
I'm gonna follow Malachi.
Okay. He leads you out into the open streets of the upper district, and there's a lot of people that give you looks and whatnot, but he takes you to a local coffee shop, and he says, believe it or not, this place actually has very decent breakfast. It actually was started out as a local sorry. It was a local business here, long before all this bureaucracy moved in, but it was so popular that it managed to survive and thrive here. It's turned into a bit of a sideshow for all the pompous people to come by and get their daily shots of energy, but, you know, caffeine isn't all that's useful in the mornings. So they still have some really nice, lovely breakfasts. diamond in the rough. You gotta keep searching for things like this. This is what life is all about.
Joshua is going to contemplate this for a second and then say, if diamonds are edible, then I guess I'll keep on searching
He
for more.
He stops the drinking from his cup and has to swallow it before he slaps the table laughing. We need more people like you. All those stiffy collars and tight office rooms. We need to be in
Such
touch
a
with the
bore.
people more.
I think it's a two-way problem. The people are angry and won't listen to the higher-ups, and the higher-ups are angry at the anger, and nobody will listen to each other. It's a sad day indeed.
And nothing will ever change unless there is compromise. Of course, rules and regulations help, but not so much when they board up certain people and block out everyone else.
Well, they can try, but leeches like me will always get in.
Same here. And I think he raises a toast of his orange juice too.
I'm gonna do the same to him.
Okay. He leans over and clinks your glasses. To being weird, being open, and being unprepared.
Agreed.
And you take a long drink. Enjoy your breakfast.
I very much am.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
While we're here, can I roll for creating my guns in the IRL world? Or the boat? Because I forgot to do that when we were just downtime.
Unfortunately, because we didn't do it during the session, I'm gonna say that we didn't do it. And we didn't... I asked you multiple times last session, and we didn't do it, so...
Alright, yeah. Understandable.
Okay. But you don't have anything on you at the moment.
Don't worry, you still got your harpoon gun.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure Connor has that.
Not in this reality, but, you know, boat.
Shall we go over to Sylvester?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to wait till Sunday.
Yeah, that was the test. Nice. Okay.
By the way, we fired.
The what? By the way, what? You said something? Jack, did you mute yourself? We can't hear you, Jack.
Jackie. Jackie boy.
He is
Don't know audio.
not there. I don't know what happened.
Hello.
I mean, Joshua, now that you are back in this situation where you have access to actual equipment and whatnot, you could be interacting with that stuff if you would like to.
No, I kind of want to do the gunmetal forging on the Stug.
Okay. That makes sense. Your priorities are different now anyways, now that you're back here. Did you physically disconnect? Okay. I was gonna say, did you physically disconnect your mic maybe? Because it sounded like something got rustled. Did you bump something?
I literally had to.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, now I can't hear him.
You literally what? What was that?
Oh, I said now I can't hear him.
Not you, Joshua. I was talking to Jack. You talked over him again. I don't know why, but it like takes his microphone just a second to warm up. Like we can hear you, Jack. You just
Yeah, it's like every time that I reset my microphone, it takes like maybe 15, 20 seconds before it actually kicks in for some reason.
Yeah, it's like a light bulb.
But there's like a huge delay in between when I'm talking and you guys are talking anyway. I've noticed when I go back and listen to the campaigns.
Yeah, it's curious, but not too difficult to navigate.
Right.
All right. Anywho. Jack, you wake up at your house and you look outside and see people moving through the streets and having a decent morning. What do?
I'll get up and, I don't know, I guess, make myself something to eat. Maybe wash up a little bit and go out and see what's going on in the neighborhood.
Okay. I think you have the general thing of like maybe a neighbor or two comes by and drops up some groceries or like an extra pie that they baked or something. But yeah, things seem to be normal. Looking around, everything seems to be the way that it was, the way that you are used to seeing it. Nothing different.
But the reality is we're not back there right now. We're in a different world. So what I'm seeing is the past, right? Is that correct?
It seems as though that this is about 3 days before the festival. People are setting up and getting ready.
So do I recognize that I'm in some kind of time loop? Because I know that we've already left that area and come to this new place, but I'm having memories of the old place.
I mean,
so to
yeah.
me, that only makes
All of your
there's
memories
some
are
kind
still
of
intact. You remember everything. Everything is perfectly fine. Whether or not you choose to believe it existed is up to your decision. Whatever sort of conclusion you bring is entirely up to you.
Well, I think I'm in some sort of time loop, but I think that if I try to disturb that time loop, that bad things could happen. So I'm just going to try to carry on as I normally would and have all the same reactions that I did before.
And just observe.
Yeah, just observe and see if anything out of the ordinary is going down.
Okay.
Or if what I'm doing is leading me down a different path than the path I took before.
Make
An eye out for that.
make an investigation check. You're keeping an eye out. See if you notice anything weird or different.
Go +1. Yay for a dirty 20.
Hey, do you go topside to steal or loot or anything?
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go up there to do my daily work.
Okay. Something weird happens. One of the guards actually notices you and doesn't attack you. They actually give you a nod and continue walking. You also don't see any posters up with your face on it.
Oh, this isn't normal.
Indeed.
I'm gonna roll with it.
Do you want to investigate further, like ask around or whatnot?
Yeah, I might ask some of my neighbors, some of the people that I'm well trusted with.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go around asking cops or anything, but
Sure. Yeah, they fill you in. I assure you're fairly smooth, and it doesn't really take much to divulge the information. They are very thankful that you have removed some of the ruffians that were in the street. There was a group of individuals that were seeking to cause some ruckus and maybe even enact some violence topside, which would just bring much more strictness to the people down below, and you have seen to it that they do not suffer. You find out that you have brought the my mind literally just blanked. The group that we were talking about in session 0. I forget what they're called. Does anyone else remember? Joshua, Holger. Joshua was a member of it. Holger. Do you remember?
Bro,
Oh my
I
goodness.
forgot.
My mind is
It's like-
blanking. Oh my goodness.
think it was something like the Reds.
Well, they had red bandanas, but they were called something weird. Like the Justicars or something. I don't remember. It was something weird and random. And not interesting at all. Anyways, the people in Lower Need believed that they were going to cause trouble and get up to no good and basically just cause trouble for everyone else down below, even though they believe themselves to be a cause of justice. Not everyone believed in them, and so when they approached you, you turned them in and had them all arrested, basically. And so everybody above and below sees you as a local hero now.
really?
Yes.
I would think the snitches get stitches, but that's okay.
Not in D&D.
So that's not actually what happened in reality, though, back during this time frame, I assume, right?
Correct. I mean, what happened originally is that they hired you for a job and you stole something for them. And then near the end of it, the reason why you got arrested was because actually one of them sold you out. That was Jack.
Oh, fuck them dudes. Fuck them dudes. Yeah, Jack, that son of a bitch. I remember him.
I knew it. Is this gonna be recorded and posted up on YouTube like the other ones?
We are currently recording.
Oh.
Why? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was about to say something that probably would have gotten you kicked off YouTube, so...
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can say it and I'll just have to edit it and I'll be upset. But you can do it.
Now that I think about it, I'd probably get kicked out of this group too, so I'm not gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
it.
please don't say anything racist or I mean, not necessarily
Yeah.
PG-13, but like, come on, dude.
Sorry, okay, it just popped in my head. Sorry.
Anyway. Is there anything else that you would like to do at the moment, Jack?
Well, I would still like trying to hook up with the people that are in the party now. See what they've been up to. See if
Go ahead
their
and make a
alternate
perception
universe
check.
is
Just
as
for
weird as
sort of...
mine.
Yeah, you're just... and I assume you're looking for them topside? Actually,
Yeah.
you know where Holger's house is. You can just go straight there.
Cut out on me, but I got a 14.
You know where Holger's house is. You can go straight to him.
All right, I'll go there.
All right, yeah. You see his family happy and interacting together, and not at all looking like they've been robbed and that their family's lifestyle was ruined.
So I'll ask Holgear. Let me ask you something. Does the last few hours or day, excuse me, seem like it's been called of a kind of like an alternate reality for you?
Well, I remember going to sleep on the Stug, and then I remember waking up here, but my dad made breakfast, and it's very uncharacteristic of him, and I'm enjoying this for what little time there is, because I don't know when this is going to stop.
Well, you understand that there's a fairly good chance that this is not our reality, I guess. One that's being projected to us. I mean, if I have to trust which reality is which, I'm probably going to accept the fact that the first one was the actual reality. If that makes any sense.
Well, no, it doesn't, Super, but it's not a dream, because we're talking to each other. Pinch myself. Yep, still around.
Oh, I did say reality. We're in a reality.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure it's the original one we started off in.
Oh no, it's not. I'm fairly certain it's not, because we were robbed around this time and things went very poorly for my family.
So I guess that begs the question, which one do we want to stick to, if we can, if that's an option?
I'm not going to lie, I really like this one. My father has announced his retirement, so to be closer with the family, and he's allowed me to inherit the business. Everything's rosy for me, but as you say, if this is just projection, it's going to be a very, very bitter taste of reality if it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want that medicine just yet.
You want to take a shot at going and hunting down the rest of the party and seeing what they're up to? Or are you too busy eating pancakes?
Oh, I believe the dishes are about done. Let me see if Annie can take it from here. But if yes, then
She can.
yeah, we could go for a walk.
I'll wait out here for you. You go find out.
I'll give Annie a hug on the way out.
Okay. She reciprocates.
Alright, let's go see if we can't find some cohorts. Well, Mr. Big Dragon Guy, I think we want to leave in prison for now.
Check that out.
I think Mr. Large Skeletal Dragon should probably stay in prison for now. I don't think we should try and find that one.
Yeah, whatever did happen to Ains? Is he still part of the group?
No,
don't think so.
you left him at the prison. He didn't go
Oh,
with you
damn.
when you planet hopped. I mean, it wasn't planet. It was, I don't know. It was something.
Realm.
Planes walking.
Plane.
You can believe whatever you want to believe.
Ready to come back or
I'm
not?
just gonna think Ains went to a better place and became a god.
our time to try to bring
No,
him back?
you guys left him in the prison. He didn't touch the crystal when you guys left.
Could have swore he
there's
was sitting on the beach last, but okay. Skip Baines for now. Let's go find Joshua, I guess.
Yay! The best member of the party.
Okay,
Okay,
just for that,
Everybody else.
just for that,
No.
we're going back. Talia,
I'm
you here?
sorry. I said I was the best after everybody else.
Talia?
Now we just have to find a float led by domestic terrorists.
Talia.
We're revolutionaries, not terrorists. But that's pretty close to what we are. Talia Jones. Joneses.
Yes.
Talia. You wake up on the cold, damp rock of a cavern floor. The sun peeking through, breaking against a jagged wall, gently bathing you as you rise. You look around and see the different bits of material and rubbish that your party has gathered. You look out and see the water and see your ship there. But you look around, you are alone. What do you do?
Guys? Holgear? Joshua? Connor? Where are you?
You yell and frantically get up and look around for them, but there's no sign of them. There's no sign of a struggle. There's no tracks in the ground. They're simply gone. As if they never existed.
That's bad.
Shh. What do you do, Talia?
First, I check my person to see, to see if I still have, everything that I had from before. So I know that it's, present me and not, someone from the past, myself from the past.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Yay, a natural 22.
Everything is exactly in the same place as it was when you went to sleep last night. You know that you are who you are. You went to bed last night and you woke up and now everyone is gone. You still have everything, except your sword is not by your side. You see it though, and it's the only thing that has moved. And you see it laying on the ground, pointing towards the entrance of the cavern. Or it's not a cavern, it's like a small cave outcropping.
I could have swore my sword was on my belt last time I checked. I walk over to my sword, pick it up, and I notice that it's pointing out pointing outward. So I'm gonna kind of take that as a hint, and I'm gonna go out of the cave.
You also notice that the blade is damp. There's a slight gloss of water, and as you pick it up, it drips off and onto the floor. And you watch as this trickle of water just sort of trips down the steps and rocks, leading its way back to the ocean. You make your way out of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You watch a beautiful sunrise, and then watch as another sun also starts to rise on the horizon. A binary sunset, or sunrise. Gosh dang it! I ruined the reference.
Ah, Star Wars.
Thank you. You take an insight token.
Yes. Can't believe no one else got that.
Well, everyone else is muted.
It's kind of your moment right now, Talia. We can't really talk.
Oh, come on. You could have... Oh, come on. I wouldn't have mind.
It would
Besides, I
ruin
don't
the
watch movies.
cinematography.
Actually, I think the past tense of minded is mond.
No, Sparrow's right.
No.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to get free stuff.
Hey, I make the rules here.
Alright, fine.
All right, Talia, what are you doing? You have exited the cave. You take 13 experience. Completely useless.
Okay,
Dungeon complete.
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna take a look outside to see, like, what is around me.
Okay. Everything
Well,
is exactly as you remember. The ocean waves are gently washing against the shore. The tide is still out. Your boat is pushed onto land.
Okay, let me see.
Oh my goodness, I gave myself a heart attack. I thought it wasn't recording.
Bruh. You're lucky. Alright, I'll stop talking now.
Hmm. Judging by the music, something is happening and it is not good.
I mean, I'm just waiting for you to do something.
I mean, let me think.
By the way, that trickle of water is still rolling its way down the beach to the ocean.
Okay, so there's obviously something specific about this trickle of water.
No, it's just water. It's just extremely hydrophobic water.
Extremely hydrophobic water.
Or wait, not hydrophobic. What's the term when it like doesn't cling to a surface and just is constantly moving?
That's hydrostatic.
Hydrostatic, maybe?
I don't know. I made that up.
Hydrostatic is when water sticks to things. Hydrophobic is when water does not stick to things. So it's hydrophobic sand, more or less.
Yeah. The water wouldn't be hydrophobic, but everything.
Be very impressed if it was.
Yeah. And there's just like a little bead of water that's just kind of leaving a trail. And then it stops and does a little design, and it looks like an arrow, and then it keeps going towards the ocean. And then it continues on a little bit farther and stops, and then writes out follow, and it continues. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't do any of that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I kind of need a hint here because I have no idea.
The dungeon master walks in with a push broom and just starts pushing you along. Right this way, young lady. Got many tricks and adventures for you. Right this way.
Wow.
That's exactly how you sound.
Thank you.
I mean, well, my crew. Well, let's see. My crew is Let's see. My crew is missing.
Sorry, I'm laughing at something else. I was just imagining you saying like, well, okay, I board my helicopter and I begin a search along the coast side looking for my crew.
Hey,
As you do.
Hey, just be lucky I didn't repeat anything from Life of the Bard.
Hey, now, this is the life of the bard. Alright, I'm gonna fill my water again while you're thinking.
Alright, I'm going to fill up the rabbit's water. Because he's being really annoying.
Aww, it has a wabbit?
My sister has a wabbit. She doesn't take care of him right, though.
Well, you've successfully charmed the lich.
Wait, what?
That's a quote from that song.
Yeah, I know. And that, what I said was what the girl said after.
What happened was. Alright, what are you doing?
Well, it seems how my party is just vanished without a trace. My boat somehow managed to get up on the shore.
No, you guys beached it before you went to bed.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you got a point.
I mean, the tide is out currently. If the tide comes back in, it'll probably get loose, but...
Either way, my crew is missing. My sword was not in its holster when I woke up, when it should have been. So something. Yeah, I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
I like to imagine that she's having this monologue to herself on the beach.
And in a way, she kind of is.
Freaking woke up, my crew's gone, I'm fine, but...
No, the reason why I said that was because I
No, I know.
No, you don't know.
Yeah, you're talking to someone in real life. I don't care about those people. The only people I care about, characters in the game.
Wow.
If I didn't make them up, I don't want to hear about their names.
Wow.
I mean, we can cut back to everyone else if you're...
I think I'm just gonna say, you know what? Screw it. Head for the ocean.
I thought you said, you know what? Groot.
No, I said, you know what? Screw it.
Okay. You start heading towards the ocean.
Yep, heading towards my boat. I'm going to look for my crew.
Okay. Are you going to the ocean or are you going to your boat?
I'm going to my boat.
Okay. What are you doing on that boat?
I'm gonna
I'm back.
put the sails down. I'm gonna try and figure out a way to find them.
Do you push the boat into the water? Or are you just putting the
Yes.
sails? Okay, you didn't say that. You just said you climb aboard the boat and put the sails down. You launch the ship back out into the ocean. It takes some effort to do so, but with the incline, you can just go down to the soft sand and eventually catch some waves, and you head out onto the ocean. What is your plan now?
Think I'm gonna try and find. Think I'm gonna try and find a port because we were we were just beached. We weren't at a port or anything,
Right.
and they're kind of among civilizations. So
The
I'm gonna
closest
find.
port would be the Gathered Islands.
Yeah, so go to I'm gonna go to the port in the Gathered Islands and work my way from there.
Okay. You sail across the water as the suns begin to rise, and a breeze fills your sails, and even for just an early breeze, it seems to be almost fighting your progress just a little bit. And you look out across the waters, and you can't help but feel lonely. Like you've been abandoned once again. But after a couple hours or so, you make your way to the Gathered Isles. What are you doing?
I am going to place the boat in port and tie it up and everything, make sure it's secure.
Alright.
Do I have to pay like a fee or anything?
No, you can just put it anywhere.
All right.
You probably don't find like a great spot, but like you can find a decent spot.
Yeah. And from there, I'm just gonna start walking around town, seeing if I can see any of them.
Okay. How much time do you spend looking for them?
I'm gonna say 2 hours.
Okay. You spend those 2 hours walking around, looking, asking around, and there are no sign of them.
Wait. Could I... Wait, I have a question. Are we, like, in another universe, but it's vibrating at a different frequency, but we're in the same place geologically, or are we
How
like
would
in
you
an...
know that?
Damn, you're right. Never mind.
Is this something that your character would think of and research? Or are you asking the dungeon master to metagame for you?
No, I'm asking how exactly this is working. Like, are we literally transporting
You
through
don't
time,
know.
or are we... We don't know. Fuck.
All you know is that
Dude, language.
all the recent doings that's been happening almost seems like a bad dream compared to what's happening now. You feel like you're back where you belong and maybe move past it.
Yeah, but I kinda like Talia's universe. I'm a pirate.
Too bad. Tell Malachi that.
I can't make me do that. Could I bring Malachi to Talia's universe?
You don't. I mean, he was already in there.
Yeah,
You-
but that one wasn't
You were
my
being
Malachi.
weird to him, and he was like, "I don't know you," and you're like, "Oh, but you do."
But it's a completely different Malachi. I'm talking about my Malachi. The one close to my heart, or at least Joshua's.
I'm gonna stop you before it gets too creepy.
Okay.
Talia, are you doing anything else before we jump back to these guys?
Well, okay, so upon like realizing that they are like gone, like I searched for them for like 2 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna, I guess I'll just wander back to the boat, but I'll just like sit next to it and just kind of watch the sun rising. Again, just kind of like kind of feel like a little bit defeated and all that I couldn't find him, and also very alone.
Roll me 1d100, please.
I got a straight 100.
Nice. Boy.
I've
Talia is
never,
now a reincarnation of Tiamat.
I have never done that before. That is so
Luck is on
cool.
our side.
That is so awesome. I have never done that before.
Unfortunately, you were trying to get low numbers. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. That would have.
Oh, that would have just been a really bad move on your part. That would have been awful. Okay, I gotta figure out a way to like screenshot this because this is awesome.
What do
Oh,
you
wait a
mean?
minute, it's this one, right? There you go. Ha!
I don't know what you're doing, but okay. As you were sitting there, feeling so disconnected from everything, you feel this deep, almost heart-wrenching cold. It's just sort of slowly creeping through you, and you hate the feeling, and you don't know how to stop it. And it's this loneliness that you've been fighting off with busying yourself with action and adventure and filling it with people that you trust. But you've lost too many of those recently, and it's almost unbearable that it's shaking you. And as you're looking down at the planks, you notice that there's movement beneath them. And you look and see that the water beneath the piers is gently moving, and then it begins to grow larger and more rapid. And it isn't until the final moment that you notice that it's a ripple in reverse before a droplet splooshes and then lifts up out of the water in reverse and then just hovers in the air. and you feel this connection you can't describe. But it feels like someone holding out their hand to you.
Talia's gonna kind of tilt her head, kind of like in a questioning way, like how is this like happening or whatever. But then she's gonna like reach out to, she's gonna like reach out and try and grab the little droplet or whatever.
You reach out and touch the droplet.
Yeah.
As soon as your finger touches it, it doesn't feel cold or wet the way the water normally does. Instead, it feels warm and enveloping, and it feels like you're wrapped in this hug that is something that you could never have imagined or possibly wished for, but somehow is exactly what you need. Still there?
I'm still here.
You gonna do anything?
After receiving such a sensation, she's gonna like get up and kind of like wonder in her mind as to who had given her such a gift. And then she's gonna remember. Then she remembers that it could have possibly been her very own father, just looking out for her.
You can make an insight check.
I got a 16.
It's not your dad, but it
Okay.
is paternal. And you hear the sounds of the water sloshing around you. And whereas normally they were just simply ambience, they almost seem to be calling you. As if they're speaking your name. Talia.
Talia is gonna like look over over the pier and kind of like wonder a little, and then she like prepares herself to actually go to actually dive into the water.
And when you look into the water, you see a face, but it's not your reflection. It looks sort of like you, but older, taller. And she smiles at you and holds out her arms.
And Talia's gonna look and kind of give that tiny questioning nod, like head tilt again, and then like swim into the woman's arms.
Oh, I I assumed you hadn't stepped into the water yet. You were looking down at the water.
No, I looked over and then I jumped in.
Oh, you said that you were getting ready to jump in. So that's what I described that. Okay. So now you jump into the water?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to jump back to Joshua now.
All right.
Joshua, how are you spending your day? Malachi has had to see to other business, but has left you to your devices with your, I guess, almost passport to being the normal upside. All around you, there are preparations being made, sort of in the shadows. People are still walking through the streets, but there's this air of intensity that's in the back. Slowly building, ready. People are excited. People are looking forward to this festival. And people are trying not to get too excited, but there's some common understanding as everyone is sort of, it's tangible, this electricity in the air that's just sort of natural, flowing through the space. And there's also this freedom that you're feeling, being able to walk, that makes you feel like jumping for joy maybe, or walking or running through the streets. What are you doing?
Me?
Yes, Joshua, what are you doing?
Well, last time I was still with Malachi. I'm assuming we're done with breakfast and heading back to the workshop.
I literally described that Malachi had to see to other business, but has left you to walk among the streets or do whatever you would please. What are you doing? Are you heading back to the laboratory to do stuff, or what are you doing? You tell me, bud.
I'm heading back to the laboratory to do stuff.
Okay. What are you doing?
Mostly get off my lazy ass and actually research what's happening.
Okay.
Does Malachi have any books about realms and the astral plane? Any of that?
Planar research
Travel.
and whatnot?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
Alrighty. It's time to get Spidey.
Man, this music is getting too
distracting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good music.
But it's distracting.
We need to get different music for the current situation.
Hey, I got a 6.
You do know that there is
Feel bad.
research of stuff, but going through his library, you can't seem to find anything.
Does Malachi have any servants or librarians or assistants other than me that I could ask?
I mean, they wouldn't know how to, like, negotiate his stuff. And I'm also going to say, probably not. Malachi tends to work alone. There are, like, associates that he does work with from time to time, but he doesn't have any servants or anything, which is probably odd, as most people do. But I think that's what makes Malachi more human than most.
Alright, I'm going... Alright. Could I find my crew that's in this world? Meaning Sylvester, Holgear, and Jack?
If you want to go out and search for them, you may.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Of course, you're gonna have to go to Barovia to find Sylvester, but
I'm gonna find my crew that are not in prison.
Gosh dang it.
What? Did I completely misunderstand something?
No, I'm just annoyed by the bot. Hold on.
Alright.
I accidentally added like a playlist into the thing, and now it's got like 60 songs I have to skip through in order to...
Do you need... Never mind.
I'm trying to figure out how to clear the queue.
Doodle 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 doo. Understandable. Sorry, it's like 10:30 where I am.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just apologizing because I was yawning.
So you just sort of go out into the streets and begin looking?
Well, I'm going to look where I know they're probably gonna be.
Where would that be?
Wasn't everybody at the festival?
It's several
Like
days
during the
till
whole-
the festival.
Fuck. Alright. I'm going to do... Damn it. We should have came up with, like, a signal call for when this happens.
as if we knew this was coming.
Well, it's happened, like, twice before. Maybe 3 times?
Didn't know it was coming then either.
Alright, when we get back to the Stug, we're going to figure out a plan for how to find each other during this whole time shift thing, because at this point, that was just dumb of us not to. Anyway, can I roll an investigation to find my friends?
It would be perception.
Perception.
Yeah, because you're just walking around.
Alright, I'm gonna roll perception. And see if I can... I rolled a 15.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I'm gonna say that since all of you are looking for each other, you eventually find each other. Just in the streets.
Joshua is going to go up to Holgear and Sylvester. Wait, hold on. Who's with me?
That's Sylvester, I can tell you that.
Slippery Jack and Holgear, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm going to go up to those two and ask, do you know who I am? Are you a part of Talia's pirates?
And do we know the answer to that?
Your crew?
Yeah. None of your memories have been altered.
Of course
That's
we know
it.
you.
I say, good sir,
Just-
I had never met you in my life.
Holgear, I know you're full of shit. Alright, that was mean. I'm sorry. But... But Jack, you know me? In character?
Of course I know you.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright,
muting the
talk.
bot. It's like overpowering everyone's voice. Alright, so... What do we know about this whole time travel thing that's happening to us?
Well, it's certainly not time travel. At least not. This is not the reality we left. I don't think, because I was not happy when we left.
I think perhaps we've traveled through a different dimension as well as time. Because, I don't know, everybody thinks I'm a nice guy now. That's kind of weird.
Hate that.
Yeah, what is the deal with that? I thought you were a criminal element.
I still pretty much am. I just don't think that they understand that.
It's entirely possible we're taking over alternate versions of ourselves.
If that's true,
And
I
not
want to
just-
raid. I want to raid my savings account.
I mean, it's your
I
savings
don't think
account.
you'll be able to take that across dimensions, friend. Or maybe. Let's test it out. We could use the funds.
Yeah, you have to purchase the interdimensional account, which is like a million
okay.
GP.
Hey, I've played Ocarina of Time. I know how this works.
Yeah, you don't have
LOL.
the adult wallet though.
have the adult wallet though.
Alright. So it appears that we must find a way to either trigger us going back home, or at least back to Talia's dimension, or figure out a way to bring these bodies to Talia's dimension. Are we just going to call it Talia's dimension, or are we going to come up with a name for it?
I like how you mentioned it. Sounds kind of like we're blaming her. Like she's
Alright,
responsible.
agreed. So, does anybody know Planeswalker? In their
Oh.
past life or now? A Planeswalker, a person that can, I guess, travel across the planes of gods and monsters and such.
I didn't think I did, but maybe that's what got us here to begin with. Maybe there's one out there running loose somewhere.
I doubt that we'd be the only people that's been shifted. I vote we call whatever's happening shifting.
I rose by another name. But, I think we should probably go try to find Talia. Think we should go look where her boat was? Or is?
Are we sure there's even a Talia in this dimension? Or plane?
Only one way to find out. Let's go looking.
Aw, whole gear.
The closest landmass, or not landmass, water mass, would be the ocean to the far east in the Nuvidian Empire. And it's it would take weeks to travel there. Like, you're in the very center of, like, the continent.
The country.
So are we
continent.
are we back to where we were before we went through the thingy that took us to where Talia is to begin with?
Yeah, you're back in the city of Need.
Okay.
But is it our city of need?
You recognize
As in
it.
the one...
Everything looks the same. The only thing that seems to be different is the circumstances.
Well, I
How
would say
very
that
strange.
anytime the city guards treat me with respect, we're in the wrong place.
Agreed.
Every single time
Even
they
though-
salute Jack, he just gives them the finger.
No, he just smiles at him and sends his invisible mage hand over to rummage through their little gold pockets and see what he can find.
Is your mage hand invisible?
Yes, it is.
Aren't
How
all
do you
mage
do
hands
that?
invisible?
Because I have mage hand ledger domain as a arcane trickster.
Right, but how is it invisible?
Check it out, read the description.
Because he's an
When you
arcane
cast
trickster.
mage hand, you can make the spectral hand invisible.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait, but couldn't we use the mage hand to fly all the way to the ocean mass?
I'm not even gonna allow you to make that joke.
No, it doesn't carry that much weight.
Alright. What would happen if we would
Yeah.
die in this dimension? Would we get sent back to Talia's, or...
I'd rather just save that to last.
Yeah, how about we don't find that out?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you guys
Alright.
discuss.
Alright, guys, I think, Talia, you can also discuss too. If you got any ideas. Guys, I think we're going to have to...
No metagaming, please.
Alright, fine. I think
But
we're
you're in
going
the
to have to find a planeswalker. Or at least...
Well,
Or we're gonna have to break into the jail and go touch that thing again that sends us to where we got sent to begin with.
But that could send us to an entirely new plane.
We're already on an
It was
environment.
rather random.
We're already being moved about against our will to begin with. At least this way, we're making the decision to do it.
though I won't
Alright.
deny if every 7 days or so we have to redo this, it's going to be very annoying very fast.
Yeah.
What if, hear me out, what if it's happening because we touched the crystal back in the prison?
Alright, I'm back.
What if... Alright, I'm spouting my conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I'm with you so far.
What if, when we touched the crystal, we got connected to an infinite amount of ourselves and are being shifted around between these bodies like cards? Or that little game where you hide a stone and pick which cup it's in.
Well, that's
Am I
what
making any sense at all?
Not really, because it's a pea and walnut shells, but anyway.
my only
Same
thought
diff.
is that if our soul's consciousness is in these bodies, does that mean we left my lifeless one, Talia?
Probably.
But hopefully she didn't give us a funeral at sea. Otherwise we'd have a very wet visit.
Maybe
Well, we
Talia's
should
moved
figure
on
out
without
what
you
we want
guys.
to do as possible. That's why I think we need to get to wherever we're going as soon as possible. If we're going to try to hop through that portal again, we should do it as soon as we can. Tell her being there by herself, she may even be in danger because if you remember, we're a few days before the festival now, which should mean that she's a few days before going out and fighting the king. I think my timeline is correct.
shit.
Yeah.
Overlapping timelines. Now you're getting somewhere.
Alright, so overlapping timelines, redoing this specific week till the festival. What would happen if we
Oh
just
God,
waited
Groundhog
out
Day.
this? Oh my god, it is
I would-
Groundhog Day.
I would say currently with the state of, I guess, camaraderie that I'm having with the town guards, it would probably be easier for us right now just to talk our way into going in and just touching that thing and going, as opposed to waiting the entire time. I don't know what anybody thinks about that.
Alright, you're correct. This time round, we'll go to the crystal, get to Talia's dimension, and see if this is really time travel or we're in another dimension. That just so happens to be exactly like ours, besides a few differences.
Quick question. If I remember correctly, that door was very well secured. Are we up for that? Are we-
Excuse me. You're dealing with Slippery Jack here. I think I'm up for any door.
Well, that's all well
Can you
and good,
just
but if
ask
we
the
can't,
guards?
I think I can talk to guards and they're just letting us in.
Alright.
I
So we
won't tell
talk to
you
the
not.
guards.
I mean, if you guys want to make a plan, you can do that.
Alright, Slippery Jack, what's your plan?
Let's see. We need to find a good justification for being in the guardhouse to begin with. So,
You're bringing in Holger for embezzling.
that's not a part, right?
Excuse the fuck out of you.
It's a cover story.
That's
Well,
all
I'm pretty
well
sure
and good for
Joshua
us.
is the
Oh.
only known criminal at this point. Well, I wouldn't say known, but you know what I mean. Ruffian.
I mean, you're getting your pass in just a couple days. You're going to be an official artificer attendant.
Apprentice.
Yes, thank you.
How about if
Alright.
we just... Well, my initial thought
What if
was
we
maybe...
say... Oh, you go.
My initial thought was perhaps we could bring in gifts and sort of like throw a little miniature party for those that won't be able to attend the festival.
That's not a bad idea.
Then if we
Yes,
utter
but
them
wouldn't
up,
that be a bit... time wasting?
It also costs a lot of money.
That too, and I'm pretty sure we're all flat broke.
Not in this reality.
Being flat broke to me just means I haven't used my time correctly. There's always money to be had. As long as there's people walking around with money. Especially
Alright.
now that everybody's
I
become
think-
a good guy.
Alright, I think I'm coming up with an idea. Slippery Jack gets us through the door. Holgear will, butter up the guards. And let's just say we put a little something in their
Wait.
wine to...
Hold on. Alright, begin again.
Alright. I'm coming up with a plan. Slippery Jack gets us through the doors. Holgear butters up the guards with a rather nice casket of wine bottles. And let's just say there's a little something extra in that wine that makes it easier to get through the guards. And then we're home free. Or at least back to Talia's dimension free.
It sounds like a good framework that we can improvise in.
Exactly. With your new reputation among the gods, Holgear's cash, and my
Whatever.
Joshua-ness, we will be able to pull this off.
Your
and
bestness of the group.
Yes, my bestness of the group. We will be able to pull this off and get home scot-free.
Wait,
You have
you're gonna free Scott as
a
well?
question. Just
Who the hell is Scott?
That was a joke.
Now we're going to free Miracle Man. Or Mr. Miracle.
why do we not just ask Malachi if he's aware of any planes hopping, time warping, weird things?
He's busy, and also I want to do this myself.
Bro, it's either the heist
Bro.
or asking Malachi. What do you want to do?
The bro.
This is out of character. That bro was out of character.
Sure.
All I'm saying
It's either
is
the
that
heist or...
we can prep for a heist while gaining more information.
Well, Malachi is quite busy, so either we do this now or wait till Malachi is done.
Also, I have no idea where we could get drugs to put in the wine. Said
I mean,
Get
just
the
ask
guard.
Mr. Jack. He's got connections.
also, I'm
Yeah.
not super
I was assuming poison,
Sure,
but
that's-
drugs work as well.
sure.
Or just more wine.
We can't wait for them to get blackout drunk. Or maybe... What's the highest alcohol amount a person can take without dying, that also get them drunk the fastest? Jack, I'm talking to you.
I
would-
think
I would
you're
say-
looking for some
Oh, grain alcohol.
Alright? We're going to replace the wine with grain alcohol. Get those guards blackout drunk and head for the crystal. Post haste. Where do we buy grain alcohol?
Leave the procurement up to me, but I also don't. They're not gonna. I know you don't think very highly of them. They're not just gonna sip on grain alcohol and think,
Yeah.
yes, juice.
Yeah, there's a bit of a taste difference.
So, my idea is to use the grain alcohol and mix it with something. That way they can get.
Does anyone have prestidigitation? Because that can change the flavor of things. Oh.
Nope.
Ah. We seriously need a support character.
You're a support character.
I'm a fighter. Aw.
I thought you were a lover.
No. I'm pretty sure I killed at least 2
F
people
that
by
noise.
now. Yeah, F that noise. I'm a fighter.
Okay.
Some people call me a
Right.
cowboy.
Wait, am I a felon in this universe? This multi-dimensional time hopping is not very helpful to
Am
myself.
I a felony?
No, am I a felon in this universe?
Well, one way to find out. Let's go talk to the city guards.
Wait. If
There
I'm a
he is!
felon-
Arrest him!
If I'm a felon, Holgear and Jack can escort me straight to the crystal, and we can all jump through at once. No convoluted plan at all.
Pretty sure they'll send you to processing.
Probably somewhere, something like that. But maybe if we say we want to take him down there and interrogate him, they might let us slide with that.
Alright, how good are you at lying, Slippery?
I'm mildly alright at it.
Then I believe
He
it's
invented
time
it,
for
but
you
that
to
was a
put-
long time ago.
Then it's time to put your deceptions to good use. Today, I'm a felon. Tomorrow, this body will probably be dead or something. I don't know. Let's get to the crystal and go.
Today I'm a felon,
matter how-
tomorrow I'm an artificer apprentice. We must do it tonight.
Okay.
Before I get
No.
that posh accent.
So the plan is to take you down and act like we need to interrogate you. Get close to the door. I can probably use my mage hand to pick the lock on the door while nobody's looking. And then we can just bolt through the door, hit the crystal, and be gone. That sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan, my man.
Okay, well, the first thing we need to do is make it look like we captured you. So I go ahead and just blast him right in the face as hard as I can with my hand.
Nice.
Alright.
Make an attack roll.
Joshua commends.
Or
Joshua
Joshua, do you
takes-
resist?
I do not resist. I am fully
Okay.
willing to take a punch.
Jack, just roll damage then.
Actually-
Unarmed strike.
Okay,
Actually, if you kick me and punch me a few more times, gotta make it look
know what?
convincing.
Is
no,
that a
this
crit?
is funny. It's not. It's a natural. It's a 320. But here's the thing, though. My unarmed strike modifier is a -1, so I hit you in the face and do no damage.
Because Jack has to jump up to punch your face, he just kind of presses his fist against your cheek and then falls back down.
Alright, can I give myself a black eye?
Yes, you can. You can absolutely rough yourself. This is still the preparation phase. So whatever you guys figure out the plan and then tell me how you guys are execute it. Before we exit the planning stage, tell me what your plan is, and then you'll have You have +1 ongoing for any actions regarding that. Where did Joshua go? Okay, Joshua's back. So who wants to say the
Apologies,
plan?
my RTC disconnected.
What's the plan, guys? You're just gonna walk Joshua in like he's a prisoner and that's it?
We're gonna
I'm
walk
also
him
going
in.
to act like a prisoner.
We're gonna walk him in and act like we caught somebody that was stealing from us personally, and we want to interrogate him. We want to borrow the cell that is closest to the door that we want to go to, without letting them know that that's the door, that's the plan. You know, we're just gonna play it off like, yeah, we need to sell that one over there. What to do?
You remember that the main floors with the cells that you guys were staged at were 2 levels. One that was down below and then one that was above. Near the back way was where the high security prisoners were being kept. And then there was also that sealed door. That sealed door led into the back chambers. Basically an old, pretty much ancient mining tunnel that led to where the dragon dude was being kept. And then that's also back where the crystal was, back in that old tunnel.
Alright, so we fake me being a high-risk prisoner.
Do you wanna see the map?
Alright, one...
Sure.
Okay. You didn't see all of the prison, so I'm not going to show you all the prison, but I'll show you where the cells were.
Just gotta get to that. What if we just bum rush it?
So back here is where most of the cells are. And then this is the location that you went. This is the old cavern. Then all the way back here is where you found the crystal through that door.
And did we encounter anybody in between the main door going back to the cavern and the end of the cavern?
Once you got to the cavern, it was pretty much a straight shot. No one was back there. Getting to the high security prisoners was a bit of a struggle. Fortunately for you, during the prison escape, everyone is going to the main entrance, so a lot of the attention and focus was that way. So by the time that you guys broke out, there were no real guards back here. But you did see that there was a high presence of people pretty much everywhere in the prison.
Okay, how about this? How about this? How about we could go to one of these lower security prison cells and pretend to be interrogating our friend here. And in the meantime, I could be mage handing all the locks on all the doors and free everybody at once. You know, free everybody and then tell them all to run at once. And as they run for the main gate, we could just run to the back gate like we did last time.
If that makes sense.
I see a lot of immediate, obvious flaws, but I don't know if I'm fair to
Yeah.
point them out. Well, number one
need
is
to
that
get
even
a-
if the hand is invisible, the lockpicking tools would not be.
Right. Well, the main thing is we actually need to get into that high security area
Right.
more than anything else.
We could just pretend we could just pretend Holgear is a high security threat. And me.
Or we could not even necessarily say that he's a high security threat, but that we want to take him somewhere to interrogate him where nobody else is going to know what's going on. As in he's done something
Yes, a
personal
little-
bad.
Yes, a little called finesse.
And it looks to me like, well, I guess I'm not even gonna say that because that's gonna be metagaming. But if we can find like the cells that are closest to the back door that are unoccupied, that would be the place to go. 'Cause then I could stand and look out the window and pick the lock of the main security system, or the main security door there that leads to the caverns.
Or I could just melt the lock while you keep watch. It might be faster.
That could be. Or it could just melt it into one big glob that's unusable. I say we try to pick it first and then melt it if we have to.
Could also try melting a hole through the door. Star Wars style.
I'm down for either one of those. I think getting them up there and as close to that back door is going to be the plan. And then infiltrate from there.
Alright, let's do this. Gotta be in bed by 11:30, else I'm dead.
So you guys are doing this same day?
I think so.
Okay. And just to be clear, the plan is that you are going into the prison, or are you using that Joshua is a prison, or belongs in the prison?
We are using that Joshua has done something personal to me and Holgear, namely me, and we want to go interrogate him. But we want to do it somewhere where it's nice and safe and quiet, and nobody's going to hear us.
Okay.
Maybe that nice security area up there.
I would like to put forward the fact that he was, let's say he was in charge of the conspiracy to invade my home.
Well, that really wouldn't matter here since that never happened.
You're right, but you were a member of the organization who was planning to steal a bunch of shit.
Alright, I'll give you that.
Plus, it was such a big guffaw, and it's the reason why Slippery Jack is slightly less slippery.
My god, Slippery Jack had a great fall.
Followed by a horrible winter.
Ah, he got it.
Okay. So, everyone's good with the plan? Planning session's over?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's get
Anyone
home,
else
yo.
have anything you want to add?
Just that
I
I'm
can-
gonna
Yeah.
withdraw some gold so I can have some bribe money if need be.
Alright. Yeah, you can withdraw as much as you like.
Also like to leave a note for Malachi saying basically an explanation of what happened.
Like, how deep into explanation do you go?
As in, I basically time traveled from another dimension into this Joshua's body, and shit's going down. Be right back.
Okay. Easy enough. Any other preparations that anyone wants to do?
Well, I want to cast my mage hand and keep it around with me. Keep it following me.
Yeah, that's easy enough. I wasn't sure if
Would
you
it
guys
be-
wanted to get any, like, tools or materials during the planning stage. I mean, I guess we can get that right before we... I do want
Would
to
it
jump
be-
back to Talia, though.
Question before that. Would it be
Yes.
possible for me to quickly find an encyclopedia of a bunch of different realms in Malachi's library, or no?
You attempted to already.
Damn, I was hoping you'd forget. Alright.
Oh, wow. Okay. That just means that I'm going to be keeping better track next time.
No!
Wow. The fact that you would, one, think that I'm that bad of a dungeon master, two, attempt to abuse that. I'm going to be keeping a closer eye on you from now on.
Wow.
Just trying to help the party, okay?
Wow, Joshua.
By
you really
cheating. By
you
cheating.
really
Cheating.
It is.
you really questioned the dungeon master's intelligence?
I would like to request something for Slippery Jack.
Which would be?
I was hoping he would possibly steal a guard's uniform.
Steve, he has to run home naked now.
I'm not sure that that's going to stick with our plan, though.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
completely different plan.
That's fair.
No more planning for this plan.
Also,
I'm sorry, Sparrow.
specifically trying to find an outfit that would match the smallest person in the party, probably gonna be a bit tough. Just gonna put that.
No, I meant Slippery Jack gets the uniform so I can use Mask of Many Faces to just fucking, T9000 working my way through the facility.
Okay, that's like plan C or whatever.
Gotcha.
Let's just go with
It's an
plan A
addendum
for
to the
now.
plan, like an additional thing, if you can. All right, Talia, you are floating weightlessly in a calm, relaxing, cooling water. This is a very different embrace from the waves that you're used to, even different from when you met your father. It's light. You are surrounded by a beautiful blue, and you can see off into the distance. What do you do?
Let's see.
You had all of this time to think. Also, I like how I'm a tornado. Anyways.
I think I'm going to you said that there was someone like in the water with their arms stretched out.
Yeah, like you, but older. Like a woman that looks
Yeah.
like you, that's older, that is like motherly, that's like.
So I'm gonna swim towards her.
Ah!
You
Never
saw
trust-
her in the reflection on the surface, but now that you've jumped into the water, you don't see the physical manifestation of her.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna like look a little confused and kind of just like look around, like wondering like where she went.
You feel this presence all around you, and you can actually feel the water sort of brush across your skin and wrap you, and you feel like you are being embraced.
I think I'm just gonna enjoy this embrace while I can.
Okay. You feel the most safe and loved that you've ever felt. And you're weightless in this moment And you don't even realize that you don't need to hold your breath. Like, you are holding your breath. You're not breathing water, but the sensation of trying to hold your breath isn't there. You are not pressured to maintain your lung capacity in this moment.
I mean, I don't have to do that regardless, since how I can swim under the water. I can swim underwater.
I mean, everyone can swim underwater.
No, I literally can swim underwater for a long period of time. Much longer period of time.
Right. I'm just saying, in this moment, after a while, this embrace pulls back and spins you around, and you feel this presence, and it's around you, but you can't physically see them. You just sort of catch drifts and motion in the water.
I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. It pulls you along, and you watch as the piers overhead speed by, and you zig and sag through the different supporting beams until you eventually make your way out into open water. The only thing to give you any basis of where you are is the bright beaming sun above. And then you watch as that second sun gets a bit brighter, almost a bit closer, and seems to actually draw closer, as if you are headed towards it. Do you do anything?
I mean, I think I'd be like a little curious as to why it would be doing that.
Make an insight check. Or Arcana, investigation, whatever you want to do. Religion.
Man, when you said Arcana and then you said religion, I was like,
Whatever
crap.
role you would like to use, you may. Just tell me what it is.
I'm not gonna use intimidation. That would be.
No,
let's
that's no. Like
I know what you mean. 18.
What do you roll?
Nice.
And 18.
Please tell me what skill you rolled. To get
Oh,
it.
I did Arcana.
Okay. With an Arcana of 18, you can tell that the space is shifting around you. And actually, as you begin to be moved through the space, your sense of up and down begins to shift, and you can feel yourself rotating. And the surface of the water that you're so used to reaching forward and breaching through seems to become the base, and you actually move to a position where it feels like the floor that you're walking on. And as the sun rises up from the floor to meet you on the distant horizon, you can actually see something begin to shift and change. The waters around you don't necessarily become darker, but you get to more solid, and you actually feel as though you're moving through air or some other empty space. And as you are almost put down in this new location, your speed slows and you're gently set down on the floor, which is just this reflection of water. And then a form does take shape. That ripple, again, comes from outwards and forms inward, doing a reverse splash as a figure lifts up and then begins to turn into a womanly shape. And she lifts her head and looks at you longingly. Eyebrows narrowed, eyes staring into you. She slowly smiles, but it's a sad smile.
Talia tilts her head a little bit in wonder.
She turns her head to look off in the distance, where you can see this bright light taking shape that almost seems like a doorway.
I'm gonna walk towards her.
She looks at you.
And then I look at the door, and I ask her, what is it? What is that?
When you look towards the door and then look back at her, she's gone. And as your mouth opens to speak, you can feel the air bubbles actually escape from your lips and sort of float past your face, which is the only inclination that you have that you're still in water.
I'm gonna walk towards the door.
Okay. The doorway is very far off. And just as soon as it arrived, it seems to be slowly diminishing. And you're just walking?
Noticing that it's like starting to like diminish, I go into a run.
Please make me an athletics check.
Ouch. My heart. It's a 7.
Okay. Do you want to use any of your special things that you got?
Yes. Yes.
You should have some like inspiration
And I
diversity
have
tokens.
more than just that. I have I do believe, if I'm correct, I have 2 points of DM inspiration and a total of 4 adversity tokens.
Okay.
So.
And you should have an automatic 20.
Yeah, from today. That's right. So, Wait, so does that automatic 20 like mean that I like get an automatic 20 like straight off the bat?
Yes. Plus whatever your
Okay.
modifier is.
Okay. Well, in that case, it would be a 24.
You begin to move quicker, and it's slow, it's sluggish. You feel as if you are pushing through water, and it's strange because it almost feels like the water is holding you back, as if it's hesitating. But slowly but surely, you actually feel it turn and begin to push you. And you're moving faster and faster, and the door is getting smaller and smaller, and you feel as though it's going to fade away. You don't feel like you're getting closer at all. And you close your eyes, and you know what you have to do. And you will yourself forward until you reach it. You reach out and grasp this light. As it pulls you towards it, you make it just in time as the horizon envelops you and the light slowly collapses. Do we want to end the session there, or should I do one more sentence?
I will do the sentence.
I've got a spare 10 seconds, sure.
Same.
Talia, as you collapse to the cold, rugged floor, water splashes around you, you cough and shake yourself, and you've got this dizzying headache. And you slowly raise yourself. It is almost complete darkness around you, and it's the kind of darkness that's real. You're not in this dimension or other space. You're in a dark room, and you begin to lift your head, and you see a face that you don't recognize as he says, "Well, that's unexpected." And then a heavy weight knocks you unconscious. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.